दुनिया कितनी भावरी, he says. दुनिया कितनी भावरी जो पत्थर पूजन जाए. The world is so wonderful. The world worships stones, you know. Stone murti, stone, all sorts of things made out of stone we worship. In Washington, D.C., there is one tall stone pillar. Everybody go to see that. People known for worshipping stones and pillars and all tall, you know, like that. Dunya kitni baar. But he is referring specifically to people worshipping murtis. Not that he has anything against murtis. He is making a point, but people miss the point. As an unsharpened pencil. दुनिया कितनी भावरी जो पत्थर पूजने जाए, people worship the stones. Then he says, घर की चाकी कोई न पूजे. In the house there is a stone that nobody worships. Jaka pisa khai. You know that sill and lorha used to be there in the old days? A big stone like this with another little piece to roll and to crush masala. In crushing that masala, we get two things at the 2 points at the inside that line. When we crush the masala, by that stone we get food to eat. Also, that stone itself wears itself out to feed us. But nobody worships that poor stone. That fellow loses his existence in order to help us, but nobody worships that stone. But we worship stone murtis and all, he means to say. So the idea is, if we are going to worship anything in this world, we have to understand the deeper significance of that thing. That is the idea. Worshipping just like that without understanding deeper significance of things, that is like this thing here. But it means to say there's no reason why we should worship that stone instead of this stone. And this stone at least giving me food to eat. Like that, there are several lines which are very famous in that thing. All right. Kabir Sahib was also very, very strong in regard to Guru and very fond of teacher. There's a very famous story of how he got mantra from his Guru also. But let us have this Guru. This Guru bhajan is written by the great Mirabai. And there's a period, Kabir Sahib's time, he was earlier than them, where we saw Kabir Sahib, then Mira, Tulsidas ji, Surdas ji, they all belong to a kind of common time, within 100 years of each other and all that kind of thing. And then you'll see a long time will pass and then there'll be nobody again. But they all belong to the same kind of time period, with not too much of time in between them. That was a very illustrious era for great, great personalities. Now see this Mira bhajan, which also belongs to roughly the same time. मोहे लागी रे लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागी रे लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की, मोहे लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की, चरण बिना मुझे कछु नहीं भावे, चरण बिना मुझे कछु नहीं भावे, चरण बिना मोहे कछु नहीं भावे, चरण बिना मोहे कछु नहीं भावे, झूठी माया सब सपनन की, झूठी माया सब लगन गुरु चरणन की मोहे
लागी रे लगन गुरु चरणन की
मोहे लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की मोहे
लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की
भव सागर सब सूख गया है
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 फिकर नहीं मुझे तरनन की
फिक्र नहीं मुझे तरनन की
मोए लागी रे लगन गुरु चरणन की मोए लागी रे लगन
गुरु चरणन की
मोए लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की
मोहे लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की
मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर
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 उलट भये मोए नयनन की
उलझ भये मोहे नयनन की
मोए लागी रे लगन गुरु चरणन की मोए
लागी रे लगन गुरु चरणन की
मोए लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की मोए
लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की
मोए लागी लगन मोए लागी लगन मोए लागी लगन गुरु चरणन की Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. That last line says, Meera says, Meera ke Prabhu Giridhar Nagar, Ulata bhaye mohe nayana nakiye. Because of the Guru, you know, my eyes have turned inside. Ulata bhaye. Because we are born with our eyes going. Paranchi khani vyatrinat swayambhu. Tasmat parang pashyanti. Pashyati nantaratma. We see only outside, the Upanishad say. But she says, by the grace of the Guru, my eyes have turned. Don't go up, turning up your eyes upside down and all that kind of thing. That's not what it meant. Turn your eyes upside down. People get scared and run away. It means the attention has gone inside. That is the idea. Okay. So if you are joining us tonight for the first time, we are seeing the couplets of Kabir Sahib, which is written many, many hundreds of years ago, and which has so much relevance in our spirituality. So Kabir Sahib was concerned only about one thing, spirituality, nothing else. Spiritual evolution of all of us. Right. Now, when we left it last night, I'll tell you just now. दुर्लभ मानुष जन्म है, देहना बारंबार, तरुवर जो पत्ता झड़े, बहुरी न लागे डार. That's where we stop, right? Now, next one. That is speaking about how difficult it is to get this human birth. And this is not the only couplet in Kabir Sahib's large library. Hundreds like the same one. 100 means I'm just exaggerating. Many. I don't know how many will be there. But there'll be many of the same type. Now, here is another famous one. One of my favorite also, like all the others. All are favorite of mine actually. I keep saying that, whatever I'm doing, because I like it what to say. कबीरा खड़ा बाजार में मांगे सबकी खैर, ना काहू से दोस्ती काहू से बैर। कबीरा खड़ा बाजार में मांगे सबकी खैर, ना काहू से दोस्ती ना काहू से बैर। कबीरा ना काहू से बैर, कबीर ना काहू से बैर। The literal meaning I'll tell you first, then you will see that what is inside of that. कबीर खड़ा बाजार में, baza you know, gan baza you know. At least one word in the verse you know. Kabir Sahib says, I stand in the marketplace and mange sabki khair. You know where all the people are, and I wish good to everybody. I wish that everybody prosper. I wish that everybody have good health. I wish that everybody have food to eat. I wish good for sabki khair. Khair means welfare. So mange means I want, wish. I want everybody's welfare. Everybody's passing, this one is going. A poor man passes like that. I wish his welfare. A rich man passes, I wish his welfare. Everybody. But then the next line says, Na kahu se dostati. I don't make friendship with anybody. Na kahu se dost. Or bair. Enemy. I don't make friendship with anybody or enmity with anybody. This principle is there in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And he puts it in such nice, wonderful it is. So now what is being spoken? Now what exactly is the message? It means since I don't make friendship with anybody or enmity with anybody. So the idea is called as samatvam. In the principle of in the Upanishads, it is called as samatvam. Samatvam means what? I am equal to all. But in this world, we have favorites. Human beings have favorites. So if by nature and naturally means by necessity, if I have favorites, that means what? That means the others are not my. If these are my favorites, that means the others are not my favorites. Favoritism necessitates enmity. Such a strong thing actually. Favoritism necessitates enmity. Please pay attention to that. If I have favorites, it means that the others are not my favorite. They are immediately cast into not favorites. Some people say, no, look here. I'm balanced. I'm in the middle. On this side, I have favorites. And then I come back to the middle. I don't go on that side. I don't go on that side to have enemies with anybody. I have friends on this side, and then I'm to the rest of the people in the world, I am balanced. Not possible. I'll tell you how. Sooner or later, one of these people will interfere with your favorites. Then you will see whether you're balanced or not. Because that's how the world is, isn't it? Sooner or later, these people, because your claim is, No, no, no. It is possible that I can have favorites and not have enemies. I have favorites on one side, but then I come back and I'm in the middle, and I really don't have these people, not my enemy or anything. But just these are my favorite. But the nature of the world is you are not living on an island all by yourself. You're living on an island, but not all by yourself. Sooner or later, there will be some one of these people who are not your favorites will clash with some of your favorites. And then what will happen? All trouble. It is not possible. So the teaching of the Upanishad, and especially in the Bhagavad Gita in the 9th chapter, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyosti na priyaha, means I have no enemy or no hatred for anybody and no special love for anybody. Bhagavan is telling I am equal to all. When a Sahib says, I wish well to all, but I don't make friends with anybody, no? Enmity with anybody. It is a most wonderful position for a spiritual aspirant. A spiritual aspirant is supposed to maintain this type of sthiti. A spiritual aspirant is not advised to go on making friends. A spiritual aspirant in the 12th chapter is advised to be friendly. That is a different thing. Be friendly. Any person comes in front of me, I am friendly with that person. But if I have friends, then some other group will come. I am not friendly with them. I am not against them, but I am not friendly with them, you see. And a friendly person, he could walk about easily anywhere. Anybody he meets anywhere, in any kind of crowd, any place, any country, he will have a great time with them. Because he's friendly too. Adveshta sarvabhutana maitra karuna evacha, Bhagavan says. Maitra means friendliness. It isn't to have friends. So he says, I stand in the marketplace and I see all people coming and going, and I wish well to everybody. Now see, wish well to everybody means what? A criminal will be passing. A poor man will be passing. A rich man will be passing. An educated man will be passing. An ignorant man will be passing. A hungry man will be passing. An overfed man will be passing. Everybody will be passing. So he says, I wish well to everybody. Everybody, what about you? You wish well to the criminal also? But this fellow, that's how he live, what you do? So that wish well to a criminal means two things. One is, I wish that he will give up his crime and stop committing pap and he will become a good man. But the understanding of Sahib and the understanding of our rishis and all is like that. Even these fellows are required in society. Do you know, many crooks and criminals and many thieves and robbers and burglars and all, they do Ganesh Arati and all before they go, you know. They do Arati for Ganesh ji, you know. Please remove all my obstacles when I go. Because when they're going to rob and all that kind of thing, there will be obstacles there. One fellow, one thief like that, he did Arati for Ganesh. And then he went to steal. So when he entered that house, and he found the safe, there was a sign on the safe. The sign said, please do not use dynamite. On the door of the safe, please do not use dynamite. This door is unlocked. Just pull it. And he pulled it, and it really unlocked. The door of the safe. But when he pulled it, a bag of gravel fell on his head. And an alarm went off also. So the bag of gravel made him collapse. 100-pound bag of gravel, he collapsed. And the alarm went and the people came and they caught him. Mean they meant to catch him alive, not dead. Then they of course took him to the hospital and then took him to the jail or wherever they have to take him. Then the next time when he came back to his house, after some time, he said, "Arey, Lord Ganesh, I don't know how I'll trust you again." He blamed Lord Ganesh. I prayed to you and worshiped, and look what happened. I cannot ever trust you. But people in the world will be of all types and they follow all types of things. And Sahib said, I wish all of them good. Wish good for everybody. Because see, a criminal also, a thief, he doesn't want to be miserable. He wants to be miserable? No. He doesn't want to be miserable. He wishes everybody. And then he says, that itself shows he's equal to all. In the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he said, Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavi hastini shunicha eva shvapakecha pandita samadarshina. He sees that one reality existing equally in all beings, in a learned brahmana, in a cow, an elephant, a dog eater, everything. And one reality existing equally. And so he's equal to all. A wise person is one who is equal to all. So this is demonstrated here. That is called samatvam. One of the meaning of samatvam is equal to all. Now see the next one. Hindu kahe mohi Ram pyara. This is a common fight. I'll tell you the meaning, literal meaning, then we'll go again like that. Hindu kahe mohi Ram pyara. Turk kahe Rahman. आपस में दो लड़ी लड़ी मुए मरम न को जान. So the Hindu says, Mohi Ram pyara. I love Ram. The Hindu fellow says. Turk means a Muslim. Turk kahe Rahmana means Allah. I love Allah. He's saying Ram and he's saying Allah. Then आपस में दो लड़ी लड़ी मुए. Two of them fight and they're dead. Both of them fight until they die. फिर मरम न को जाना. And none of them came to know the truth. None of them came to discover the mystical truth of the universe, the tattva. Maram is tattva. Secret behind the universe, the substratum of the universe. So the idea is, people in the world go on fighting about my view, your view, his view, and everybody feels his view is best. Isn't it? Really, his view is best. But whose view? His view. Means Bhagwan's view is the best. But everybody feels his own personal view is best. Ishvara's view is the best. So this bickering and fighting and what we call ill speaking. This group ill speaks, that group, and the other group ill speaks, that group. And you know, it is wonderful. Please see how nice the prayers of the Vedas are. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. The prayers never says, or never say, may Hindus be happy, or may Christians be happy, or may Muslims be happy. It says sarve. Sarve means sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha. May all be free from disease. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha. Sarve Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. May all see goodness. May all eyes see goodness. Ma kaschit dukha bhag. May nobody be anywhere sorrowful or miserable. The prayers are always like that. That type. Vedic prayers are universal, and that is the idea, universal. So the thing which is, the point which is here being hit upon is the point of incorrigibility of human beings. Incorrigibility means human beings have a certain point of view from his side, and he feels he is right, and nobody could change his mind. And if he is right, that means the other fellow is wrong. What is the Vedic tradition and what is Sahib is teaching, you know? The Vedic tradition is this thing. Everybody is right. How can it be? People say. How can everybody be right? The best example is the Ram Leela concept in the villages, which is there even today. I told you this example many times. Ram Leela is not played on a stage. You go and see in the villages, they don't play Ram Leela on a stage. They may start, or they may be starting now, but Ram Leela is usually played out on a Maidan. Maidan means a field. And what they do, they block the field like this, you know, like this hall, they put, and Ram Leela is going on in the middle. Now in that field, you will have some person standing on that side of the field. Some person will stand on this side of the field. Some people will stand on this side, some on that side, right? People stand right around, because that is the nature of the field, nature of the drama. So people stand everywhere on all sides. Now look here. Rama and Sita, they are in the middle here playing some role, let us say. So Rama and Sita, they are facing this way. So the people on that side of the field, they will see their face. The people on this side of the field will see their back, correct? Between the two people, these people will see their left side. These people will see their right side. Four different views. Who is truly seeing Ram Leela? See, what a thing it is. Who really is seeing Ram Leela? Everybody. Isn't it? So those people go home and then their relatives ask, what did you see, Ram Leela? That other one will go home. What did you see, Ram Leela? I mean, everybody's view is just a different perspective on the same one thing. That is the idea. Now, this fellow will go home. If he goes home and thinks, I alone saw Ram Leela. Those people did not see. But he is murkh or not? Mahamurkh. But that is what we do. Then my point of view is correct. Mahamurkh means greatest fool. I have to translate and I forget. For that class, I don't translate it. So, he cannot go home and claim only he saw Ram Leela. Or this one go and claim only I saw Ram Leela. Everybody sees the same Ram Leela from a different perspective. So the truth is one. Ekam sat vipraha bahudaha vadanti. The Vedas claim very. Now, Sahib said, look at this. Look what the Vedas are claiming. Look what the reality is. One reality, everybody's seeing from different perspective. But this one, two fellows, now come, he's fighting. Mine is correct. Yours is not correct. And therefore, you are going to hell because you did not correct. Because you are following the wrong thing, you will go to hell. Therefore, it becomes my duty to convert you. So, and if you don't want to convert, by hook or crook, I will convert you. Now, that other fellow will resist. Anybody will resist that, correct or not? When he resists, then lari. Mua. Or mue. Die. Mue means mar gaye. And died, nobody knowing the truth. Maram na ko jana. See? So, It's a very, very wonderful principle. The idea is, please understand that the others are seeing the truth from another angle only. That is all there in the world. And all the fighting and feeling that I am right, and he's wrong. Now see next one. Kabir lahari samand ki moti bikhare khai bagula bhedan janai hamsa chuni chuni khai. Kabir lahari samand ki moti bikhare bagula bhedan janai hamsa chuni chuni khai. Kabira hamsa chuni chuni khai. Kabira hamsa chuni chuni khai. Bagula is what type of bird? Crane, crane. Yes, crane. In English called crane. What is the meaning now? See. Kabir lahari samandaki. Samand means samudra. Samudra means ocean. Ocean. And lahari means the waves. Sahib says, the waves of the ocean, they wash like this, right? Keep washing constantly, daily. So, they will bring up all sorts of things when they are coming. You see that? Yeah, they'll bring some moss and some coconut shell and all that stuff. When you see the waves also bring moti. Bikhare ai. Means they also bring gems and jewels. Because in the ocean there are pearls and like that. A manner of speaking he is telling, right? So, Sahib said the waves are washing, coming up whole day like this. And they'll bring all sorts of things. Among them, they will bring gems and pearls and all that kind of thing also. The waves of moti. Gems. He says, bagula bhedana janai. Means that crane which is there, he doesn't know any difference between gem and stone and other way. Bagula means. And hamsa, chuni chuni khai. But the hamsa bird is able to separate the precious thing from the non-precious thing. That means it's a metaphor. Metaphor is being used. In this world, there will be what they call desirable, undesirable, right, wrong, good, bad, dharma, like that in the world. Spiritual means to say that those things which are punya and those which are pap. Merit and sin. All the pairs of opposite. Bhagavan calls in Bhagavad Gita, Dvandva Sansar. The world made up of the pairs of opposite. So the bagula, the crane, doesn't know. Bagula means an indiscriminating aviveki. Indiscriminating, non-discriminating person. Non-discriminating person. He called bagula. Means the metaphor is used for that. One who does not know how to discriminate properly. He doesn't know between good and bad. Precious and not precious. But a hamsa, which is this bird, see, even Sahib uses this hamsa bird, you see. This metaphor is thousands of years old. The hamsa bird is said to be capable of separating milk from water. You know, when people want to make more money out of the milk, they put some water in it. But that bird is so good. One fellow was selling that milk. So the person who was buying, he said, hey, every day this milk getting thinner and thinner, you put in water in the milk. That fellow said, I never put water in the milk. I put milk in the water. He take a bucket of water and pour a little bit of milk and make it white, and he's selling that. Anyway, so it is said this bird is capable of separating that milk from that water. So the bird is used to refer to a person who has discriminative intellect. Discriminative intellect in the scriptures, Bhagavan speaks about in Gita also. Viveki, Vivekinaha, like that. Vivekin will be the word. So, he is one who is able to separate right from wrong, good from bad, permanent from impermanent, like that. Who is able to separate the ephemeral, passing, fleeting things from those which are eternal. So here, in the world also, the pairs of opposites are always there in all forms. So the one who is able to separate what is good from what is bad, leave what is bad only from your perspective, and take what is good. So for a spiritual person, for instance, certain things will be undesirable. So they're not good for me. So I leave. For example, a person on these paths of spirituality, so should as much as possible try to be a vegetarian because that food will be more sattvic. So it will help with spirituality. So for a spiritual person, that non-veg food is not good for me. So it's not good for you from your perspective. But you cannot make a rule for everybody. You make your rule for yourself. So the Bagula is not able to do this, and the Hamsa is able to do this. Just separate. So Bagula means non-discriminating, and Hamsa means discriminating. And that discriminative faculty in spiritual sadhana, that discriminative faculty is the first thing to develop. If that is not developed, then nothing will happen. He says, I'll show you. Sahib says in a very famous bhajan, see this. बिन सत्संग को मति नहीं छूते, 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 छूते नहीं राम, छूते नहीं राम, बिन सत्संग को मति नहीं छूते, बिन सत्संग को मति नहीं छूते, कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, माया नहीं छूते, बिना विवेक माया नहीं छूते, बिना विवेक माया नित लूते, बिना विवेक माया नित लूते, बिना विवेक माया नित लूते, बिना विवेक, he says, maya nitalute. Without vivek, discriminative power, maya will for us make a monkey out of us. Well, maya will always keep us as a monkey. One man was saying to another man, do you know we came from monkeys? Do you know we came from monkeys? That other man, hey, hut, don't say it. That is a big insult. to the monkeys. Don't ever say that thing. So, the absence of discriminative intellect, Sahib says, Bina Vivek, Maya, this Maya will always steal our mind away. And it means to say, the Maya will make us dance and do all wrong things. So he says, that Vivek, just like the famous verse of Tulsidas ji, that Vivek, he says, Binu Satsanga, without satsang, it will never come. So the Vivek will come in satsang only. Binu satsanga kumati nahi chute. Means the foolishness of the intellect will never go away without satsang. So the person who discovers that who develops that discriminative intellect will be able to choose in this world what is good from what is not good. And if he remains, and he's a Hamsa, if he remains like Bagula. So tonight I have to look myself in the mirror and ask, I'm Bagula or Hamsa? Come and ask somebody. I am Bagula or Hamsa? If you end up saying Bagula, then we'll put your name Bagula. Okay. Now here is in our tradition, we say that there are different ways to get a person to do things, Like the first way you have to use a sama. You tell him nicely, that please you move this from here and put it there. Nah. You tell nice. You ask him nicely. They call sama. Then if it doesn't work, then you dana. Dana means you give him a little incentive. Dana has different meanings. I'm telling the best of the meaning now. You give a little incentive. Hey, if you move that and put it there, I will give you this. So he gets an incentive. He moves this from here and puts it there, and then you give him this. So he get an incentive to move it. But some people, that will not work. Or the incentive is not enough. So then you use what they call a bheda. Bheda means, now you scare him. Or you use some of that type of tactics. Trick him, scare him, deceive him, anything. Double cross him and get him to do it. Divide and rule, all kind of. So if you don't move that and put it there, I will tell, you are the one who ate the last piece of cheesecake from the fridge everybody was asking about. I will tell everybody, you are the one who ate it. No, you say, that is a kind of betraying, isn't it? So there's a different type of method. We call it bheda. And the last one, we call it danda. Danda, if he doesn't move it, whack. You give him a whack on the head or the back or something. Then he'll move. So the Kauravas were not moved by any of Samadana and Bheda. So they had to be whacked. And whacked they were. All of them gone. They tried, but you have a duty to try the first three. So Sahib, Kabir Sahib, is very good at using number 3. All are legitimate. What is that? You scare him. You scare the life out of him. I saw a cartoon, one turtle coming down the road. Well, come in. And then they come slow, Some people waiting to scare him. When they finally scare him, he gets so scared, he runs out his shell too. His shell remain back and he so scared. So he says, why he's using this very constructively, using fear very constructively. Now see the Kabir kaha garbiyo, Kabir kaha garbiyo, Kal gahe karke, Kabir kaha garbiyo, Kal gahe karke, Kal gahe karke, na jaane kaha hamari si, na जाने का हमार सी, कै घर के परदेस कबीरा, कै घर का कबीरा, कै घर के परदेस कबीरा, कै घर के परदेस। कबीर कहाँ? कबीर कहाँ? गर्भियो काल गहे करकेस। Why you have always, like this, this is the kind of tone. Why you have always pride and ego? Yamraj don't hold you by the hair already. This Trini. This Trini language. The Lord of Death has already caught you by the hair. No, that is scary or not? It's scary life out I am. Lord of Death has already caught you by the hair. Kal gahe, karkes, kar means hand. Kal means Yamraj. And na jane kaha marisi. You don't know when he'll pull. No, that's a very, very scary thing actually. It means to say he's using this fear to do what? Drive out from our heart, abhiman. Pride, ego, you know that kind of? Arrogance, all that kind of thing. Because then, why you have so much, you mean to say, why you have so much of this pride and ego and abhiman and this thing? I know, he doesn't know, I am greater, he doesn't, and all these kind of things like that. Then the heart. The Yamraj can, I say, you don't know, Yamraj will pull any time. Kai ghar, kai parades. He'll pull while you are in the house. Or he'll pull when you are in somebody's house or abroad. Somewhere you will be abroad, somewhere. And in other words, one more thing about that. Death has an international passport, diplomatic passport. Yamraj has a diplomatic passport. Anywhere we are, he'll. And we can't try to, like that Yudhishthira and Narad. Yudhishthira and Narad walking, having a discussion in Mahabharata. So, Yudhishthira and Yamraj. Yudhishthira and Yamraj. Yamraj means Lord of Death. So they are walking past, and a bird is there sitting on a little tree. So Yamraj looked at the bird and smiled. Now, if Yamraj smile on you, if Lord of Death smile on you, Ram Nam, Satya. I saw a most funny cartoon. Lord of Death sat down in a park, on a park bench, and he pulled out a sandwich. Going to eat his sandwich. That time, when he's going to eat his sandwich, a whole swarm of flies come and sit down, attempting to sit down on his sandwich. Man, Yamraj only raised the hand, so all of them dead. And he continued, he continued to eat his sandwich. But he's Lord of Death, he will finish everyone. You want to mess with Yamraj's sandwich? You chose the wrong, you bark up the wrong tree. Go on and mess with other people's sandwich, not Yamraj's sandwich. So anyway, so the Yamraj looked at the little bird and he smiled. That little bird gets so scared. Immediately take out the cell phone and he called Garud. Garud came there in a flash. What happened? He said, Yamraj just smiled on me. Lord of Death smiled on me. That cannot mean anything good. So you take me across from here, take me across the 7 seas over there. Fast. And Garuda, he said, is fly as fast as light, or faster than light. Garuda took him on the other side in a flash, literally. And came back. And now Garuda is listening to the conversation between Yudhishthira and Yamaraj. So Yudhishthira is asking Yamaraj, well, why you scare a little fella like that? You looked at him and he got so scared, started shaking. Not good to do to a little bird. Why you looked at him and smiled? Yamaraj said, well, when I saw him, I realized that he has to die over the 7 seas. I was wondering how he'll reach there. See? So Yamaraj, so Sahib says, we don't know. Kya hai ghar, kya hai paradesh. But Yamaraj will be waiting, wherever it is. So why to have all this pride, abhiman, arrogance in the heart, this, that, other thing? He says, he's already holding, means forget all about this thing and worship, in other words. See Tanako Jogi. That is more relevant for us. Next, one more. Right. Such a nice topic. Tanako Jogi sab kare, Tanako Jogi
सब करे
man ko birla koi. तन को जोगी सब करे, तन को जोगी सब
करे
मन को बिरला कोई,
मन को बिरला कोई
सब सिद्धि सहज पाए, सब सिद्धि सहज पाए, सब सिद्धि सहज पाए, सब सिद्धि सहज पाए, जय मन जोगी होय कबीरा, जय मन
जोगी
होय कबीरा, जय मन जोगी होय कबीरा.
जय मन जोगी हो.
He says, in the world, there are many tan ko jogi sab kare. It means it is easy in the world for a person to become a yogi only at the bodily level. He's a yogi only at the bodily level. What means what? He put on orange clothes and put on mala and put on chandan and all side. So at the bodily level, it's easy for a person to become a yogi. Put on nice fancy clothes and big. And people have all sorts of style, Then some. So plenty yogis at the body level. And everyone, the other one competing with the other one, I get a longer mala. Or a longer beard. Gurudev used to say, longer the beard, the greater the suspicion. But at the external level, it is easy to become a yogi. See the next line. Manko birla koi. Birla means rare. Birla means rare. Well, rare we'll find one yogi at the mental level. Means a true yogi to his heart. Manko birla koi. Rare one. Sab siddhi sahaje paye. Jo man jogi hoy. All things will come to that person who is truly a yogi at the mental level. Look here. Sahib would have seen many, many things in his time where just to fill their belly, Bhagavan Shankaracharya writes in Bhajagovindam also. Just to fill their belly, they put on all different type of clothes and this and that and go different places and say, oh, a sannyasi has come. Come, sit down. They give him food and this and that. So to get that food and to get all that thing, he put on some. That goes on here also. I've seen it. That is, he's a pseudo yogi. Yogi only on the outside. Na gyan hai, na vairagya hai, na vivek hai. Kuch nahi hai. He's on the inside, nothing. No knowledge, no vairagya, dispassion, shama, dhamma, uparama, titiksha, kuch nahi hai. But a little bit of titiksha must be there because you have to wear that clothes. Mala and all. I saw it in news recently. One yogi, he has 27 kilos of gold. Some such number. He's called a Hiranya Baba or something. Hiranya means gold in Sanskrit. They start calling him Goldan Baba or Hiranya Baba or something like that. Kanchan Baba. You can find so many names for him. So that is, he says that is easy. Tan ko jogi sab kare. Easy means sab kare means everybody could do. And right there, the next one, contrast to that, Maya mui naman mua. See that? Maya mui naman mua.
Maya mui naman mua.
Maya mui naman mua.
Maya mui naman mua.
Meri mari mari gaya sarir. Mari mari gaya sarir. Maya mui naman mua. Maya mui naman. Mari mari gaya sarir.
Mari mari gaya sharir.
Asa trishna na mui.
Asa trishna na mui.
Asa trishna na mui.
Asa trishna na mui.
यो कही गए कबीर कबीरा यो कही गए कबीर कबीरा यो कही गए कबीर कबीरा
Yo kahi gaye kabir.
Look here. He says, Maya mui, naman mui, mari mari gaya sarir. It means this body has died many, many times, right? The body has died many times. And this fellow, because of this Maya, he has gone forth from this world many times. But he says, this is a philosophical thing now, let me tell you. It means to say, when this body dies, the antakarana, which is inside the body, the antakarana goes in some other place in the world and again lodges itself in another body. There. So all the things that he possessed and owned in this world here, he leaves it here and he goes. Namanmua means that mind did not die. The body died, but the mind did not die. Asa trishna namui. And that mind had all desires and cravings and longing and lust and passion and this and that. All those things in the mind, namui. They're still there, very much there. And when he is born over there, all those things, look here. If you pack your suitcase and you go to Miami, you pack your suitcase from here and you go to Miami. When you reach Miami and you open your suitcase, what will be there? Something other than you pack out. Whatever we packed only, that will be there. So I have Asha, Trishna, all the Kam, Krodh, Mada, Lobha, everything right here. And all that is in my mind. And the body dies. And the mind is Antakarana goes on to some other place. There, when he orders the hardware in the next destination, and the software starts manifesting through that hardware. Software is mind. And software will start manifesting through that hardware. He orders in another womb somewhere. And there was a little child also. All the calm, krodh, mother, love, everything. I've seen little children get so angry with their mother, they start beating them and things. Little children. But there's krodh. Calm, krodh, mother, love. Little children. Pull and beat and kick and throw away toy and pram and everything. I've seen it. So then, that means from here he left with all of those, Kam, Krodh, Mother, Lobh, Trishna, Asha, everything. I mean, those things never die. That means to say what? There's a call to sadhana, that I should make sure that in my sadhana, I remove all of these, Kam, Krodh, Mother, Lobh, Asha, Trishna, all of these. That is the idea. मन की मनोरथ छांद दे तेरा किया न हो पानी में घिव निक से तो रूखा खाए न को मन की मनोरथ छांद दे तेरा किया न को पानी में घिव निक से कबीरा मन की मनोरथ छानी. Chani means त्याग करो. It means you drop all this fanciful imagination and desires from the mind. Tera kiya na koi. That tera kiya na koi has many meanings. It means to say, look here, one thing. Bhagavan says in Gita also, all the desires of the mind, right? So many. You think in this lifetime you could fulfill all of them? Never. Second thing, when we fulfill one, that doesn't go away, that multiplies. All our worldly cravings, when we fulfill, they don't go away, they multiply. That's why when a man gets one house, he wants two. 1 million, he wants two. Anything he gets, he wants, that multiplies. There's a multiplying effect. Tera kiya na koi. In the other meaning is that all these desires, in the end, all these desires will add up to nothing for us. It means it does nothing for us. But from the example in the second line, then you'll see the meaning of that line. See the example in the second line. Pani mein ghiv nikase. If we could have gotten ghee from water, this is the example now. If we could have gotten ghee from water, ghee means ghee. You see where the word comes from? Long ago, all the old people say ghee. Ghee. Pani mein ghiv nikase, to rukha khaye na koi. Nobody would have eaten dry roti. If we could have gotten ghee from water, nobody would have ever eaten a dry roti. I mean, we get ghee, because ghee will become available. You would get from water only. Cheap. And everybody will soak their roti in ghee. No, see, you have to understand this tradition also. Roti and ghee go down really nice. See, in the old, even today, in the houses that are well-to-do, that can afford it, the moment the ghee comes out from the tawa, the roti comes out from the tawa, they put ghee. Because people in poorer homes cannot afford, so they eat dry roti. Because ghee is an expensive. But he said, if ghee could have come out from water, if could have gotten ghee from water, nobody would have eaten a dry roti. In the same way, if all these desires that we harbor, all these desires and manorat actually, and desire that we have, if they could have done anything for us. The emphasis is on Manorat. See, I'll tell you that it says, if just thinking about something could have done anything, Manorat means fanciful imagination. If fanciful imagination could have brought anything to me, that will be just like getting ghee from water. Means fanciful imagination. Idea, and if you go work backwards, the idea is fanciful imagination brings nothing. Imagining brings nothing. Tera kiya na koi. Fanciful imagination will not do anything for anybody. So this reading, like that, is actually literal meaning. But all the desires and fanciful imagination in the life also, in the end, adds up to nothing. The only thing that adds up to something is if we have mumukshutvam. That one desire of call as mumukshutvam. So two very important messages coming in. One is, anything in this world is achieved by effort only, not just by mere imagination and wishing and all that kind of thing. Mere imagination, which is called manorat. Nothing will happen. There's a Sanskrit Subhashita which says, Udyamena hi siddhyanti. Only by a lot of effort that a person achieves anything. Na manorathaihi. Not by fanciful imagination. And the example given in that Subhashita says, a lion or a tiger, I don't remember what it is now. Nahi suptasya simhasya lion. Nahi suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhe mrigaha. The lion, what he does? What he did? He lie down. And he opened his mouth. And he said, a deer will come in my mouth and I will eat. Any deer will go in the lion's mouth? Nothing will happen. It will die from hunger, starvation. So just by, that is called fanciful imagination. I open my mouth and think a deer will come. Udyamena hi siddhyanti karyani na manorathaihi. Only by a lot of effort, not just by imagining. So that is the one message which is there in the literal message of which is there. The other message which is there is man ki manorat chhadi de. You give up all the man ki manorat, other meaning of man ki manorat will be all the desires of the mind. In the end, after we fulfill all of them, they add up to zero. The only desire that will add up to something in the end is the desire for moksha. That is the message behind the line. You can get, in other words, the worldly desires is like water, it will never produce ghee. Worldly desires will never produce enlightenment or moksha. That is the idea. And here is a verse which the first line is very common in many verses, but the second line changes in this verse. See now. जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं, अब हरि है मैं नाही. जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं, अब हरि है मैं नाही. सब अंधियारा मिट गया दीपक. सब अंधियारा मिट गया. दीपक देखा माही, दीपक देखा माही. कबीरा दीपक देखा माही. जब मैं था, when I was there, तब हरि नहीं. There was no Hari. अब हरि है मैं नाही. Now Hari is there and I am not there. So the second line, that first line is common in several of the verses. The second line says now, अब अंधिया सब अंधियारा मिट गया दीपक देखा माही. It means some story is required there now. The person started out like this. I am there means he is only seeing his own individual existence, his own ego is working. But what happened? Sab andhyara mit gaya. All the darkness from his heart went away. How? By Guru Vachan. Guru Upadesh. The teacher taught him. And because of the teaching of that teacher, sab andhyara mit gaya means the light of knowledge given by the teacher. Andhyara means darkness. The light of knowledge given by the teacher removed all the darkness from his heart. And when that happened, Deepak dekha mahi. And now in the light of that knowledge given by the teacher, now he can see, oh clearly, I am not there. Main ab hari hai, main nahi. In darkness, in other words, it's a very wonderful verse. In darkness of ignorance, we only see ourselves. See ourselves means what? We only see our individual self. And everything in this world if it doesn't benefit me, I couldn't care less about that thing. When darkness of ignorance is there, I only have love for myself. I'm concerned about myself. I am only seeking my welfare at the expense of everybody. When darkness of ignorance is there. But when that Guru gives knowledge, the light of knowledge, and that thing lights up my heart, the individual I disappears, and one only sees God. That is the idea. Ab Hari hai, main nahi. I disappear, and only Hari is there. But that happens only in the light of knowledge, which is acquired from the teacher, from the Guru. That's why Sahib talks so much about Guru and Guru Kripa. Guru Govind dono khade, kako lagu pai. The Guru and Govind are standing together, he says. Whom you will prostrate to first? To the Guru first. Balihari Guru apne Govind diya, diyo bataye. The Guru, by his sacrifice, has made me see Govinda. So I prostrate first to the Guru. Like there's so many verses on Guru. How important it is. That's why we say Guru, Kabir Sahib people say also.